Gotta help me out. It's all a blur last night. We need a taxi, 'cause you're...
Hey YouTube, it's Katie, new toy for Katie, and today is April 22nd, Thursday. Today is my week 18 update. So, survived Vegas. Last week, as you guys know, I was gearing up to go to Las Vegas with my best friend, and my goal was to maintain. Last week I hit my 50-pound mark. I was so excited. So from the beginning of this process, again, I had the surgery 18 weeks ago on December 17th, 2009, and I hit my 50-pound mark last week. In fact, it was like 50.4 pounds. So my starting weight at the beginning of the journey was 308.6, and as of last week I hit, let's see, I made notes, sorry, I hit 258.2. So my goal, my silly goal, was to maintain while going to Vegas. And you know how they say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? I wish that were the case. Unfortunately, I came back with an additional 5 pounds. Am I surprised? Not one bit. And let me tell you why. You would think I'd be more upset, and don't get me wrong, nobody wants to come on this video, or YouTube in general, and say, I gained 5 pounds. None of us do, okay? However, I had so many non-scale victories this past week that it has completely just overshadowed the whole 5-pound gain, and I'll get to that, but super exciting things. So, as of this morning, which was my week 18 weigh-in, I was at 263.2, so now I'm at 45 pounds, 45.4 pounds lost. So maybe I'll hit that milestone again in the next week or so. That'd be awesome. I'm not going to cross that, I'll hope, but we'll see what happens. So, 1 week, I lived it up, had an amazing time in Las Vegas. We did what we wanted, when we wanted, ate what we wanted, drank what we wanted. There was literally no limitations. I didn't follow any rules except for one, and that wasn't even left up to me. That was left up to my trusty lap band, which was portions and size. I can definitely tell, finally, after 18 weeks of restriction, I am at a fill of 11 cc's in my 11 cc band, and I have to say, for the first time, I feel it. It hasn't tapered off since my last time of being there. Usually it would last like a week or 10 days, and then it would start to taper off. No, this one has not tapered off at all. In fact, traveling, this was the first time traveling that I actually felt it get tighter. There were mornings in Vegas where my friend and I would share like an omelet, and I would get about 2.5, 3 bites in and feel like running to the bathroom. That's how tight it's been, which was good. So in replace, unfortunately, pomegranate martinis go down like that. Who knew? But like I said, had so much fun. You're gonna have weeks, months, whatever, where you live it up and have just a great time. The band's there, and it's a tool. It'll work as much as you want to work, and I didn't really need it to work that much while I was on vacation. So granted, I didn't want to come home, and gain 5, but I did. So whatever. So, non-scale victories for this past week. Super exciting things. Let me tell you why. I love to travel. I've always loved to travel. And, the past couple of years, it's gotten really scary when it comes to, my husband's peeking in, sorry. When it comes to airplane seats and roller coasters and limiting things, that have come to, with my weight. So, in the past couple of years, it's been hard, on an airplane. I can fit in the seat, but the seat belts were just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I refused, against my own, pride, to get a seatbelt extender. I felt like that was just the last thing I wanted to do. So I didn't. So I either would hide that it wasn't buckling, or it was literally just like holding on for dear life, threads and all. So I was nervous. You know, this was the first time really traveling since losing the 50 pounds. So, got on the airplane, and I even took a picture. That's how much of a dork I was. I took a picture of the seatbelt not only fastening, but having like this much leftover like flap of the seatbelt. I was so excited. I wasn't worried about it, and on top of like just sitting in the seatbelt or the tray that comes down and sits, I can't tell you last time I had a tray sit down, like when they bring around your drink and peanuts. I can't tell you last time I was able to put down the seat flat or the tray. I put it down, had my drink, my iPod on it, and I was feeling like gold. So that was on the way out there, so I already felt good. Like I told you guys, after hitting my 50-pound mark, my reward to myself was I wanted to do the roller coaster on top of the stratosphere, the one that shoots you straight up into the air. Well, it has a harness that comes and like straps over the front of you and like a seatbelt thing. And you know, the last time I tried to do a roller coaster like that, I got all the way in line, got up to the ride, and I couldn't get it down. That was mortifying because I was with my family and friends. It was like for a work event, and I started crying, and I blamed it, you know, which maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I blamed it on my chest. I'm like, oh, I can't get out of my chest, you know, because it was just embarrassing. However, so I told my friend ahead of time I wanted to make this my reward, and she was a great sport. She did not want to do it. Who would? So we got in line, and we did. I got over like the first day. Like we get to Vegas, and she's like, "Okay, if we're gonna do it, let's get over it. Because I'm gonna be thinking about it." So we got a cab down to the stratosphere. Got up there, and she's like, kind of switched up on me. She's like, "Well, if I'm gonna do that one, let's also do this other ride." I'm like, "What?" I was okay mentally and prepared for just one ride on top of the stratosphere, but she upped the ante to 2, which was good. You know, it keep things interesting. So not only did I do the big shot, the one that shoots you straight up, but I also did the one that's like a 6-seater, and it like, you know, pushes you out over the ledge of the building like you're going to fall off the edge. Why? I think that actually the ride's called Insanity, and it was truly horribly scary. We did the big shot first. Not only did it like sit down, buckle, you know, felt fantastic, I was just like, oh my god, we're really on this. So she's freaking out, and I'm looking over, I'm like, thank you, this is my 50 pounds, and before you know it, you're like shooting up in the air. It was fantastic, scary at the same time, but I thought, how cool that I've gotten this far. So I was excited about that. I have pictures, which as soon as my camera cord piece arrives in the mail, since my last one was stolen, as soon as I get that and upload the pictures, I'll for sure put some pictures of that. So then we did the Insanity ride. We were the only 2 people on the ride in the front row, mind you. So, you know, it like takes you out over the building and then kind of drops you, makes you run forward like you're going to run off the building. And I'm thinking, what if the brakes give out? What if a million things? So then they like take your picture, you know, as a souvenir, which is hilarious, by the way. I actually took a picture of their picture, and I look like I'm in severe pain, and she looks mortified for her life, so I'll put that one on there as well. But point of the story, even with a 5-pound gain this week, I was on such a rush of having these non-scale victories happen. And what's weird is even though I've gained 5 pounds this week, I feel thinner. Like my body, something has changed. I wore a really cute dress on the way out there. I felt really cute in it. And even pictures of myself. I have never been a person that was like, yeah, let's take full body shots. What? I'm always like, just take this portion and make it from above where my, you know, neck feels thinner. Not this trip. I'm like, let's get a picture over here, let's get a picture over here. I'm sure my friend was like, seriously, enough pictures? But I haven't had that feeling in so long. So a lot of non-scale victories. And I'm determined this week to get back on track, to get things back where I want them, and hopefully, you know, celebrate that 50-pound mark again, and then some more. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Have a fantastic weekend. And I'm getting myself back to the gym today. I haven't been to the gym in like a week, which I can see how that fat girl side of me is like, don't worry about it. But then again, that's where I got, you know, how I got where I got. So going back to the gym today, starting fresh, starting clean, and yeah, have a great, great weekend. And that's all I really got. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.